Hi, Fale'ofa. How are you?
I'm well. How are you, Claire?
I'm good. I'm
See
good.
you?
Thank you so much for joining me today. And first of all, I wanted to say congratulations on your new role. That's really exciting.
Thank you. Yes, I'm loving it. It's okay.
That's good. That's good. You've been there. You've been there a few months now, and really pleased to hear that you're settling in. So that's amazing. But really, really well done.
Yeah. Oh, it's actually only been a couple of weeks.
Oh, has it?
Yeah, it's only been a couple of weeks. It feels like longer, yeah, but
I was going to say, it feels like a couple of months.
yeah, no, it's just 2 weeks, but yeah, it does feel longer.
That's good. That's good. And an eventful 2 weeks at that as well, with everything that's going on.
Definitely.
So in some respects, that's good because it means that your story is really really fresh. Because what I think with the situation that we're all in at the moment, we have some uncertain and challenging times ahead. What I wanted to do was talk to you so that sort of it gives people who are facing uncertain times at the moment, um, makes them aware that there are good news stories out there and there are jobs being offered, even in with all that's going on at this time. So, starting at the beginning, you're a mom and your new role has enabled you to return to the work after some time away. And so, what I'd like to do first of all is ask you if you would share your job search journey with me.
Yeah, so yeah, I have been out of the workforce for 4 years, raising two kids. I've got a 4-year-old boy and a 14-month, nearly 15-month-old girl. So yeah, it just sort of felt like the right time, I think. Just after she turned one, I was just ready for something kind of rearing to go. And that was only about a month or so ago when I kind of made this decision with my husband. So it's actually gone really quickly from there, the whole job search process. I think I came to see you, I was looking at the dates. I came to see you and then I was applying for jobs for just over a week, and then I got a call that I had an interview, and the next week went to the interview and then was offered the job the next day. So it's just been actually quite a condensed sort of period of time, but a lot has happened in that time. Yeah.
Yeah, that's really it's such a positive situation and journey and outcome that you've had. Um, what do you sort of put that success down to? Because as you said, that's been a really good turnaround. What do you think enabled that to be the case?
Yeah, well, I think it was kind of at first identifying what I needed to do. Like I knew that I needed to update my CV. I knew that I'd been out of the loop for a few years, so I wanted to ask around and find out, where to apply for jobs, what websites, even just how the process works nowadays. And yeah, and key was coming to see you, and I had you review my CV, and that was really good. Before I even started applying for jobs, had a full review of that and reformat, and so that was looking all good and pretty. And also having the support from Dress for Success, who helped me with getting work interview clothes ready. I mean, I have always sort of dabbled and I like clothes, but after you've been a mum for 4 years and you don't really have to dress nice, like it's sort of optional, you kind of lose that, and you don't also have the time to go shopping. So it was really good to have some people gather around and kind of shoot ideas and be like, this might suit you, this looks good, and then you kind of come away feeling like, oh, I can do this. Yeah. So knowing what I needed to do and find out, and then just going around and getting all that information and support quickly sort of meant that there was a quick turnaround, and I could start getting results.
That's great. So the Dress for Success experience, obviously you met myself because of my role as a volunteer within the Career Centre. And we had a look at your CV and some other things to support you on that side. You had, as you said, you had the styling service as well, and went in and met the ladies there that work through the dressing with you, and help you with sort of searching and selecting an outfit. What do you think the impact was of that experience on your mindset during this time of your job search?
I think it had a huge impact, actually, even just instantly from when I'd seen myself in my interview clothes, just confidence that, I can actually do this, and I have something valuable to offer the world, and, employers actually willing to pay for me, like sometimes you lose a bit of confidence as a mum. So that was, confidence, and it was just a step of being confident is being prepared. So I knew that before I went into job interviews, I needed to, practice, like what we discussed as well after we reviewed my CV. We talked about a few things, what you can do at job interviews, practicing those things and being prepared and knowing my CV. That all meant I went into it, feeling strong and feeling confident.
That's really good. So it sounds like for yourself, sort of the part of that part of the secret was the secret formula for you was around having that preparation, so that because that preparation sort of helped to fuel your confidence and put you in the right mindset for going out into the world of work, and as you say, sort of the outfit of the work clothes puts you into that mindset of
definitely did. So instantly.
That's really good. That's really good. So what do you think enabled you to stay focused? Because yours was quite a quick turnaround, but even so, what do you think enabled you to stay focused on the task of, I've made this decision now that I'm going to return to the workplace? What do you think was what would your thoughts be there?
Well, to be honest, I'm sort of naturally kind of don't have any problem with focus. Once I've decided to do something, it's kind of like, I'm going to put everything into place to try and get that to happen as much as I can possibly. So that wasn't really a problem. But just sort of keeping up, I'm trying to think of the word now, the momentum. Like if I'd met with you and then we might have a follow-up email, and that would keep me on the ball thinking, right, now I need to update my CV, and then I had an appointment here, I needed to call wins there. So there wasn't any kind of lag that made me sort of think, I wander off and do something else. I was focused on job searching.
So that being organised, and you use the word momentum there. That seems to sound like it was quite a key thing for you. So how would you describe momentum? What does that mean to yourself?
Momentum. Sort of like internal motivation, where I don't really know, to be honest. That's probably something I don't know. You don't forget what part you're up to. You're kind of going to see something out to completion. not going to get distracted. Yeah.
Yeah. I think what I'm really hearing from everything that you've said is that you, as you say, you're naturally quite focused anyway. You like to be organised. But you've also you talked before about the doing the research and understanding what you have to do to have things in place, and I guess that's what has enabled you to maintain that momentum, because you went out and you've asked for support and you've asked for guidance and you've done your research, and then you've sort of lined those things up to help you gain that or maintain that momentum and keep yourself moving forward. But that's actually probably really key as a job seeker. It's a key part of the process. So there's probably some really good pieces of advice there that you're giving without even realizing how valuable they are. So that's really good to hear.
Yeah, and when you're saying that, also, like, it's not just me, like, because I've told my friends and my family, like, my husband's was really involved, and he would be quizzing me on an interview questions, and trying to do a professional shot for my CV. Like, I'm not one individual. There's other people I'm talking to. I'm looking at my sister-in-law's CV, because she's just got a job as a nurse, and checking hers out, seeing what I can do, and asking my friends. I've logged on to these different agencies online. Is there anything else? And they might throw another one back at me. So no, I'm not an island. There's lots of other people involved in keeping me motivated and staying focused.
Yeah, that's great. And I think when you've made a decision and you want to do something like this, being able to reach out to others and having, I guess I want to use the word strength to do that, because sometimes if somebody's been on a job search for a little while, or they've suddenly found themselves in a situation where they need to unexpectedly they're job searching, everything changes very quickly, and sometimes we go into ourselves at a time when we actually need to be more as out as possible and reach out as obviously as you've described there. So I think that's a really valuable statement, that no person is an island. I love that. That's yeah, well done you. So through this journey, albeit quite short and quite quick, which is awesome, but through this, what would you say you've learned about yourself?
I think I've learned about myself that you can do it. You can just, you might have to get some advice and get some help, and sometimes you don't even feel like you can do it. I don't know, sometimes when you're at home as a mum, and I know certainly after having my second child, I found it really hard. And so trying to make a change and trying to put yourself back into a life that was pre-baby is a bit daunting. And yeah, I admit that, I have all those fears and feelings as well, that, maybe I'm not relevant, maybe I'm not modern enough. I've aged a bit since then. So you have all these things that might be holding you back. There's no obstacle that can't be, addressed. You can just look at them one by one and see what you can do about them, ask for help. And that's when you find, I can actually do it, and I am relevant, and employers want me. Woo! It's possible.
Yeah, you're right. It absolutely is possible, and you are a really amazing example that it is totally possible. Because I know that there'll be lots of mums that are looking to return to the workplace. There's potentially mums with obviously with the situation that we're in at the moment, who may find themselves, mums and dads, who may unexpectedly find themselves out of work because of the situation that we're in. And I think to remember that you can, and it is possible. And what you said there in respect as well as of that taking one thing at a time, I think that's really important as well.
Yeah.
So I was going to ask you, if you were to give people who were in the situation you were before you successfully got your new position, what advice would you give them? You've given so much already, but if there was one piece of advice that you could say, this I think is probably the most important, what would that be?
The most important thing. I think it's, for some reason, when I heard that we we're going to have this discussion, I just sort of had this thought of, we just got to shine. Like sometimes we're just this old piece of jewelry that's going, like it just needs a bit of buffing up, and we all kind of need a bit of buffing up sometimes. And then, you know, you can shine. So reach out, get some help, find out what you need, and just do it. And then, you know, and you'll shine.
That's such a lovely way to put it, because I think you said you're not as young as you were when you had your first child or your second. Yeah.
No.
we're all getting older, but it doesn't mean that we can't shine, and you've described that in such a lovely way. Is there anything that I haven't asked you about that you think might be useful to share based on sort of the reason that we're having this conversation? Is there anything else that you'd like to share?
Nothing in particular, but you know, if you're feeling, you know, scared and vulnerable, which is kind of what this COVID-19 situation has put us in, and even I'm still in this kind of situation because I've only just started my job, and you know, if you're thinking last one in, first one out, I'm not, you know, I've got the job, but anything can happen. You know, we still have these fears, so all you can do is just be the best you can be every day. Just, you know, work hard, go hard, you know, smile, enjoy, you know, working from home if that's what you can do. If you might be facing redundancy, you know, it's scary, but just if we just do the best that we can hold our head up high no matter what happens.
Yeah, that's right. You've given us such, we can see such value in the importance of having a positive mindset, and I guess without sort of saying I wanted to convey the value of a positive mindset sort of through this, you've absolutely demonstrated it, and it has shown that how important that is, faced with what we're all faced right now, but equally if you're faced with the COVID-19, as we all are, but then you're adding into the equation the job search situation as well, that mindset and staying positive is incredibly important. You've been a wonderful example, Fale'ofa, and I really thank you for your time and sharing your story. And from myself and the rest of the Dress for Success team, we're obviously incredibly pleased, and we're really proud to have the opportunity to work with ladies and for them to be part of their journey. So thank you very much for your time today, and obviously I wish you every success for the future. And once we all come out the other side, it'll be nice to see you again face to face.
Yeah, face to face. Thank you, Claire. And yeah, I've really appreciated what you and CareerFit and Dress to Success have done for me. So thanks for talking with me today.
No problem. Thank you very much for your time. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.